Now, can you hear me? Good morning.
मैम आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है।
जिया सर, इसका लिंक निकाल लें,
Ma'am, we can't hear you.
शेयर करना होगा।
Ma'am, we can't hear you.
व्हाट्सएप कर ले तो हम मेल पे डाल दीजिए। ये मेल खुली हुई है। हाँ, कोई एक
Ma'am, you're not
मैसेज पढ़
audible.
लेना। जो भी मैसेजेस आ रहे हैं आप उनको भी देखते रहेंगे प्लीज, पॉपअप हो रहे हैं वरना। ऑडियो आ रही है। सुन रहे हैं ना? आ रही है।
Ma'am, you're not audible.
बच्चे कह रहे हैं ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा।
Everyone is not audible. Not audible.
एक हेडफोन मिलेगा? ब्लूटूथ चलेगा? यस सर, दूसरा हेडफोन चाहिए।
Excuse me, you're not audible.
Hello. Am I audible?
Voice is coming.
No.
It's coming.
Hello. Do I have to begin? Do I have to begin? You're not audible at all.
Risha, now can you hear me?
Yes.
Please
Yes.
start. Thank you.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. My school code is IEO 21-02. The poem A Bird's Lesson Anonymous that I am going to recite brings forth profound thoughts about the things which most of us tend to overlook. Today, when the majority believes in being conspicuous and center stage, the poem inspires us to be discreet with our virtues and kindness. It conveys that our qualities speak for us and that extraordinary attributes may be possessed by simple and ordinary beings. The unpretentious little bird persuades us to be humble and to give our best without expecting any accolades. It inspires us to be self motivated and to be the best version of ourselves. Finally, just like the bird, the poet is unknown to us, and we know him and appreciate him only through this exceptional creation of his, which is glorious in its simplicity. A bird's lesson. A little bird with feathers brown sat singing in a tree. The song was very soft and low, but sweet as it could be. And all the people passing by looked up to see the bird, whose singing was the sweetest that they had ever heard. But all the bright eyes looked in vain, as Birdie was so small, and with a modest dark brown coat, he made no show at all. Dear Papa, little Gracie said, where can this birdie be? If I could only sing like that, I'd sit where folks would see. I hope my little girl will learn a lesson from that bird and try to do what good she can, not to be seen nor heard. This birdie is content to sit unnoticed by the way, and sweetly sing his maker's praise from dawn to close of day. So live, my child, to do some good. Let life be short or long. Though people may forget your looks, they'll not forget your song. Thank you.
Thank you, Prisha. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you for inspiring us to be careful with our words, for truly they are eternal. I now invite participant from school code IU 2103 to perform.
Good morning, everyone. My school code is IOE 21-203. A Bird Came Down by Emily Dickinson. Emily Elizabeth Dickinson was an American poet, little known during her life. She has been since regarded as most important figures in American poetry. While Dickinson was a prolific writer, her only publications then were 10, with nearly 1,800 poems and one letter. The poems published then were usually edited significantly to fit conventional poetic rules. They contained short lines, typically lacked titles, as well as slant rhyme words. A Bird Came Down is a small poem by Emily Dickinson that tells of the poet's encounter with an worm-eaten bird. The poem was first published in 1981 in the second collection of Dickinson's poems. A bird came down the walk. He didn't know I saw. He bit an angle woman heart and ate the fellow raw. He then drank a dew from a convenient glass and hopped sidewise to the wall to let the beetle pass. He glanced with rapid eyes that hurried all abroad. They looked like frightened babes and thought. He stirred his velvet head like one in danger cautious. I offered him a crumb, and he unrolled his feathers and rowed himself to home. That oars divide the ocean, too silver for a sea, or butterflies of banks of noon leave splashes as they swim. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that lovely performance. I now invite participants from school code IEO 2104 to perform.
Good morning, everyone. My school code is IEO 21-04. Today, I'm going to recite a poem. Why does a caged bird sing? This poem describes the opposite experience of two birds. One bird is able to live in nature and it's pleased, while the other suffers in captivity due to its own profound suffering. It tells its own longing for freedom. Why does a caged bird sing? The Maya asks. A free bird leaps on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stalks out his narrow cage can seldom see through his bar of rage. His wings are clipped, his feet are tight, so he opens his throat to sing. A caged bird sings with a fearful shrill of things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. A caged bird sings of freedom. A free bird thinks of another beast, and the trade winds soft to the sand trees, and the fat one is waiting on the dawn-bright lawn, and he names the sky on his own. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bar of rage. His shadow shouts, on his nightmare screams, his wings are clipped, his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. A caged bird sings with a fearful shrill of things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. A caged bird sings with freedom. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That powerful performance. I now invite participant from school code IEO 2114 to recite something.
Good morning and Jajgat to all. My school code is IEO 21 to 14. The title of the poem is On the Forest Floor, composed by James V. Harper. Beneath some fallen leaves, on the forest floor, lies the bird, silent, chirping no more. The once esteemed beauty of his golden feathers are now washed away by the rain and awful weather. His wings are bent and broken, he can barely fly. The eagle-like heart he once had is now beginning to die. No one looks up to this bird anymore. He is just another fallen object lying on the forest floor. The little bird, as he dies, looks up at the blue skies, and no one even stops to cry or to feel any emotions inside. As his heart beats its last song, no one wonders if they have done wrong. As it was, the bird just needed love, love all along. But there was no one there to mend his broken wings. There was no one there to listen to the song he would sing. The people were too busy and too controlled by wealth to care at all about nursing the bird back to proper health. They could not look down to the broken, sad and poor, spot a little bird lying there on the forest floor. They could not bend down and cup him in their palm. They could not soothe him and make his beating heart calm. But there was someone up in the sky. He watched sadly as the little bird slowly died. His hand reached down from the place in the sky. It carried the bird up, up, way up high. Now the bird is free, free again, free to chirp, free to sing, a song of no end. And while he is now happy, we cannot ignore the bird we left there to die on the forest floor. Thank you.
Beautiful. A heartfelt poem, beautifully recited. Congratulations. I now request the participant from School Code IU 2108 to perform.
नहीं.
Hello everyone. My school code is IEO 2108 and today I am going to recite the poem King Solomon and the Peacock by Ahmed Shah. I heard that once upon a time a peacock came to King Solomon, heading a delegation of weary folk, ostensibly displaying its plumes, showing off its flashy garment, alternately revealing and concealing its bright feathers. He said to the king, I have a case I wish to present before you. I think it's time, Your Majesty, you looked into it. That's why, my lord, I came here at your doorstep. Am I not the meadows incarnate, with all their blossoms and sparkling lights? Haven't I gathered in my person every form of beauty, every shade and hue of color? Here I am, the master of all this, at your door. Must I be left without what I most eagerly desire? When I am of noble age and tenth descent? Alas, here I am, deprived of a melodious voice. I have never been able to enchant the hearts with my sweet, tuneful strains, nor entertain the ears with my song. Behold, the littlest of the birds are capable of inflaming the passion of lovers. Yea, even King sway when a singing bird warbles, swaying in its branch. King Solomon answered, saying, Thus has it been ordained. Great is God's wisdom, wonderful are his handiwork. Indeed, you are self-conceited, nor are you content with what God has created. You call yourself the king of birds, yet are lacking in wisdom and understanding. Well, dear peacock, had you a beautiful voice, you would be even haughtier. Moreover, you would not deign to talk to anyone. Thank you.
A vibrant performance. Truly, we must be grateful for the qualities bestowed upon us. I now call the participant from School Code IU 2131 to present.
Greetings to everyone. My school code is 31. Today I am going to recite a poem. The title of my poem is Caged Bird. Was written by Maya Angelou in 1969. The poem Caged Bird is filled with powerful themes, which in
हाँ. Start. मैडम.
Greetings to everyone. My school code is 31. Today I am going to recite a poem. The title of my poem is Caged Bird. Was written by Maya Angelou in 1969. The poem Caged Bird is filled with powerful themes, which includes racial oppression, freedom, and captivity. These themes are well wrapped together in Caged Bird through Maya Angelou's depiction of two birds, one free and one caged. Whereas the free bird is the symbol for the people who live their life freely without any exploitation and limits. A free bird leaves on the bank of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wings in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. But a bird that stops down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rage. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still. His tune is heard on the distant hills, for the caged bird sings of freedom. A free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds soft through the shining trees, and the fat worms beating on a drawn bright lawn, and he needs the sky his own. But a caged bird stands on a grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The caged bird sings with a fearful thrill of things unknown but long for still. His tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Thank you.
A poignant performance, Maya Angelou truly brings out the pain of losing one's freedom. Moving on, I now invite the participant from School Code IU 2137 to perform.
Good morning, everyone. My school code is 2137. The first red bird by Evelyn Steen. I heard a song at daybreak, so honey sweet and clear. The essence of all joyous things seemed mingling in its cheer. The frosty world about me I searched with eager gaze, but all was lumber bound and wrapped in violet tinted haze. Then suddenly a sunbeam shot slanting o'er the hill, and once again from out the sky I heard that honey trill, and there upon a poplar, poised at its topmost height, I saw a little singer clad in scarlet plumage bright. The poplar branches quivered by down winds lightly blown, and like a breeze-wrapped poppy flower, the red bird rocked and shone. The blue sky and its feathers flashed o'er by golden light. Oh, my heart with rapture thrilled. It was so sweet a sight. Thank you.
Amazing. Truly, one could paint the picture of a red bird. I now invite participant from School Code IU 2116.
Good morning. My code is 2116. A poem, Birds and Snow by Hilda Doolittle. She was born on 10 September 1886. She died on 27 September 1961. See how they trace across the very marble of this place. Bright sevens and printed fours, 11s and careful eights. Abracadabra of a mystic flow, or symbol surrounds on a bigger scale, like plates of ancient drift. Our garden place now named the Great and Very Great. Our garden flags acclaim in carven hieroglyph. Here king and kinglets lie. Here prince and lady rest. Mystical queens sleep here and heroes that are slain. In holy righteous war, hieratic, slim and fair, the Tracy written here proclaims what left us said in Egypt offered dead. Thank you.
Bravo. Spectacular recitation. Moving on, I now request participant of IU 2119 to recite the poem. All right, you can begin whenever. Yes, you are.
A very good morning to one and all present here. My school code is IEO 21-19. Before I begin with the poem, I would like to say something that we humans do not have any right to save these little birds because God has given them a life to live. So from today onwards, take a note. Do not cage these little voices. Just save them. A Bird Came Down by Emily Dickinson. A bird came down the walk. He did not know I saw. He bit an angleworm in halves and ate the fellow raw. And then he drank the dew from a convenient grass, and then hopped sidewise to the wall to let the beetle pass. He glanced with rapid eyes that hurried all abroad. They looked like frightened bees, I thought. He stirred his velvet head. Like one in danger, cautious, I offered him a crumb. And he unrolled his feathers and rode them softer home. Then oars divide the ocean, 2 silver for a sea, or butterflies of banks of noon, leaf splashes as they swim. Thank you.
Beautiful. A simple yet powerful poem focusing on the action of a bird going about its everyday life, not distracted by anything. I now invite participant from school code IU 2130 for the recitation.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. My school code is IEO 2130, and today I'm going to recite the poem On the Forest Floor by James V. Harker Jr. This is a sad poem. It reflects the beauty and innocence of a lovely little bird who is dying and nobody stops to help her. Beneath some fallen leaves on the forest floor lies a bird silent, chirping no more. The once esteemed beauty of its golden feathers are now washed away by the wind and awful weather. His wings are bent and broken, he can barely fly. The eagle-like heart he once had is now beginning to die. No one looks up to this bird anymore. He is just another fallen object lying on the forest floor. The little bird, as he dies, looks up at the blue skies, and no one even stops to cry or to feel any emotions inside. As its heart beats its last song, nobody wonders if they have done wrong. As it was, the bird just needed love, love all along. But there was no one there to mend his broken wings. There was no one there to listen to the songs that he would sing. The people were too busy and too controlled by wealth to care at all about nursing a bird back to proper health. They could not look down to the broken, sad and poor and spot the little bird lying there on the forest floor. They could not bend down and cup him in their palm. They could not soothe him and make his beating heart calm. But there was someone up in the sky. He watched sadly as the little bird slowly died. His hands reached down from the place in the sky. It carried the bird up, up, way up high. Now the bird is free, free once again, free to chirp and free to sing a song of no end. But down here, where the bird once lay, things get harder, worse than they were before. More things die and drop to the ground. Things vanish away without making a sound. And while they are now happy, we cannot ignore the little bird we left there to die on the forest floor. Thank you.
Such a touching performance. Congratulations. I now invite participants from school code IU 2129.
Good morning, everyone. My school code is IE21. Today, I am going to recite a poem named Cloud Phoenix. The author of this poem is Aaron Jacob Frederick. This poem is about a bird, Phoenix, who is very mysterious. It burns itself and then it takes birth from its own ashes. This bird represents never ending things. Hope, renewal, rebirth, grace is represented by this bird. They say there was once a bird, the silent type, always unheard, hovering up in the sky for all of eternity. Would it ever fly? The touch of a human upon it was always forbidden, making a biological secret be forever hidden. Due to transparency and height of which cannot be reached, it makes another lesson of evolution not breached. However, even though the phoenix of true legend is made of fire, this version is something that will always stay higher. It moves ever slow, like a turtle moving its bare arms. Yet it seems as if forever sounds its alarms. The phoenix above continues to cry, the tears that do not heal, the ones that fall into the man's eye. He quickly wipes them off and then looks all the way up. The phoenix is seen no more, though I and people have still seen it before. Look out in the sky with the best possible sight, and you may see the phoenix still hovering in its slow flight. Thank you.
Thank you so much. A lovely phoenix. Always a reminder to born out of your own ashes. So never give in and never give up. I now call upon the last participant for the event, school code IO 2127, to perform.
Good morning, everyone. My school code is IEO 2127, and my name is Radhika Chandra. Today, I'm going to recite a poem, A Bird's Lesson. This poem tells us about a bird who is sitting on a tree and singing melodiously. The people passing by are enjoying its song, but are unable to see the bird as it is very small. This bird gives us a lesson that we should always try to do good for others without having any expectations from them. A little bird with feathers brown sat singing in a tree. The song was very soft and low, but sweet as it could be, and all the people passing by looked up to see the bird, whose song was the sweetest that they had ever heard. But all the bright eyes looked in vain, as Birdie was so small, and with a modest dark brown coat, he made no show at all. Dear Papa, little Gracie said, where can this birdie be? If I only could sing like that, I'd sit where folks could see. I hope my little girl will learn a lesson from that bird and try to do what good she can, not to be seen nor heard. This birdie is content to sit unnoticed by the way and sweetly sing his Maker's praise from dawn to close of day. So live, my child, to do some good. Let life be short or long, Though people may forget your looks, they will not forget your song. Thank you.
Beautiful. Excellent performance. I'm sorry, there is one more participant. I now invite IEO 2133 to perform.
Greetings everyone. My school code is IEO 2133. Today, I'm going to recite a buoyantly uplifting poem by the poetess and author Evelyn Stein. She was an ardent lover of nature and hence reflected this trait in most of her poems and stories. The first red bird is a poem that brings forth renewed hope with a lengthened description of an autumn dawn. The highlight being the melody created by the chirping of a red bird. The start of a day with a bird song is a promise of miracles and wondrous blessings. So, here I present the first red bird. I heard a song at daybreak, so honey sweet and clear. The essence of all joyous things seemed mingling in its cheer. The frosty world about me I searched with eager gaze, but all was slumber bound and wrapped in violet tinted haze. Then suddenly a sunbeam shot slanting over the hill, and once again from out the sky I heard that honey trill. And there upon a poplar, poised at its topmost height, I saw a little singer clad in scarlet plumage bright. The poplar branches quivered by dawn winds lightly blown, and like a breeze swept poppy flower, the red bird rocked and shone. The blue sky and its feathers flashed o'er by golden light. Oh, all my heart with rapture thrilled. It was so sweet a sight. Mere mornings always begin with the sweet music of birdsong. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
What an energetic performance. Congratulations. Soaring performances. Well done, all participants. Thank you for coloring birds in different human emotions and values. May the best win. I now humbly request our judges for the event to say a few words. I first invite Mrs. Bela Bhateja.
Oh, good morning, everybody. What a wonderful morning it was to see the sheer energy and the presentation of the theme put across so vibrantly. Of course, birds have always been a source of inspiration because they relate to nature. We see the sky and we see the birds soaring high. And today we saw the confidence of the participants, which was so endearing and humbling for us to see that, these young future leaders are uh, infused with confidence. Poetry is full of references of birds. Like the dove stands for peace, the pigeon for messenger. We've seen it in so many Hindi films. Eagle is of power. And also, emotions are shown. We've seen captivity, we've seen patriotism. You have this poem where the bird is caged, Derosio's poem, which talks about India being caged. And we have all these things as part of our poetry. And all of that was there today. You know, but now let's talk about the performances. The adherence to the theme was amazing. The costumes were fantastic. Each one of you had memorized the poem. But I want to know one thing. Why do you call it poem? Because it is poem in English. It is the American interpretation which is poem, but the British English that we follow in India is generally a poem, and we've grown up with that. And besides that, I've seen this whole range of poems today, and it was very nice to see that there was confidence and a little bit of clarity was required in some participants. And what was actually also required in a few participants was the expression of feelings. You know, when I hear you speak, I should feel that emotion. You're enacting the feeling that you're trying to tell me through your words. So, and that evidence of you understanding what the poem is about can be very lucidly brought about by the way you recite it. That, in a few participants, if that can be enhanced, y'all are all great orators, and it was a matter of great pride to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out time for us. And I'm sure our students will benefit from your feedback and the guidance given by you. Thank you so much, ma'am. I now call Mrs. P to say a few words. Ma'am, we can't hear you.
Good morning, everyone. It was a pleasure judging this event, a really delightful experience. Ma'am Bateja has already put across her views, and most of the things, I would ditto that. The children have put in a lot of effort, and it shows, in what they were in the way they were expressing themselves. As far as I am concerned, all of you are winners because participation is most important. There is one suggestion which I would definitely like to put across, and that is if the judges had a copy of all the poems that the children were reciting, it would have been a little more easier for us, because at times the audio was not clear. So probably somewhere there might have been a little missed this thing. I wish all of you the very best. God bless. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind suggestion. We will definitely look into that. Thank you for your guidance. I now request our respected principal of City Montessori School, Gomti Nagar Extension, Mrs. Sangeeta Banerjee, to bless the gathering.
Very good morning and Jai Jagat to everybody. I was just so delighted to see the participation of these beautiful students of class 6th from across different lands, so beautifully expressing their poetry which they had felt. The purpose of having this whole thing of birds of paradise is that you, dear children, at a very young age, start learning to appreciate poetry, understand its nuances, go back and read, because what we have noticed these days is children have stopped reading, and especially literature. So that was the purpose. And along with that, when you start thinking of how you can create the whole attire around the bird, means that you're thinking, imagining, and creating so much. So, Birds of Paradise was, in a way, a beautiful amalgamation of not just back to literature, but also creativity. So, this was the main intent, and I must definitely congratulate each and every participant. You were marvelous. When the two your the in charge and the coordinator conceived of this idea, I found it beautiful, but I just asked them, I said, do you think the children will manage and be able to create this whole, the aura of the birds? They said, ma'am, I think we are underestimating our children. They actually can. And today I saw that happen. I really saw that happen, dear children. It was just so beautiful. It was so enticing. And a big, big congratulations and thank you to each and every one of you. Also, a very, very big heartfelt gratitude to our two very esteemed judges who so graciously have given of their time to us. And I'm sure, dear judges, you also would have resonated with what I thought of today's event. Thank you, Medha ma'am, once again for taking the whole event in your hands and conducting it so beautifully. A start to a great event. And thank you, dear children, once again. God bless.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your guidance, for your kind words. With this, we come to the end of the event. The result will be declared tomorrow, and the links will be shared in the groups respectively. Uh, I just find myself wondering why birds choose to stay in the same place when they can fly anywhere on earth. And then I ask myself the same question. So, with this hope that we choose to broaden our horizons with every flight that we may take in future, this is me, Medha Ahuja, signing off. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Um,
Thank you, ma'am.
let's open our videos and we can all say bye to each other. If you can
Ma'am.
open our videos, unmute.
Have a nice
Bye,
day, ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can all
Bye,
smile
ma'am.
right
Thank
now.
you. Bye,
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
But like migratory birds, they'll come back to
Come
us
back.
next year.
Please do come back next year. Bye bye. God bless.
bye, ma'am. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am. Have a nice day, ma'am.
Bye. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Imagineering the future. उसमें वो मॉडल थिंकिंग है, वो दिखाएंगे, 7 मिनट का प्रेजेंटेशन होगा, नीचे वहाँ पे ह्यूज स्टोरी टेलिंग होगा, वो पेंटिंग
Recording.
सेकंड रोड में क्या है 11 to 1 सीनियर्स का है ना, आज सीनियर्स का है, कल सीनियर का है, क्विज कब है? तारिक सर का आज है, तारिक सर का तो मैं कर रही हूँ ना, उसके लिए पूरे का अभी यूज स्टोरी। अच्छा ना, आपका है ना एक्वाडेस, अपना नहीं बता रही है, सीनियर्स आप बोल रहे थे ना, हाँ वो कल है ना एक्वाडेस, उसमें भी वो डिज़ाइन थे, उसमें वो रोबोट बताए, नहीं रोबोट के बारे में बताया, वो भी बोलने वाला है ना, अरे हम दोनों यहाँ पे बोलने वाले थे।
खुल गए हैं? अभी तक खुला ही नहीं साले। हाँ
सर आपने जलेबी
जल्दी
लिया?
खोल के लाओ।
और
नहीं बस गाड़ी पहुंच गई।
थोड़ा सा रह गया ये, एक लास्ट मोमेंट पे अभी आ गया है। एक और ये रखा हुआ है। हम अखंड को बोलते हैं। बेटा उन लोग ले लो अखंड भैया।
देखिए हम लोग मल्टीमीडिया वाले
हमारे पास
तो
नंबर
बार
नहीं
बार
है, हम
फोन
फोन
करना
पे
हम
बात
लोग
करेंगे। हम आपको नहीं कह रहे हैं, हम बात करेंगे, आपका नंबर नहीं है। हम फोन पे बात करेंगे तो नहीं बोल सकते। बेटा मैं वो पीपीटी हो गया, एक बार नजर मार लीजिए। ये हो गया पीपीटी, एक बार चेक कर लीजिए। 2 मैंने लगा दी डिफरेंट, बस सारा एक जैसा नहीं अच्छा लगता है।
शेयर तो हो ना, यहाँ तो शेयर ही नहीं हो रहा।
ठीक है मैंने बना
शायद
दिया।
हो जाए तो ना।
मैंने बना दिया। ठीक है और इसी कलर इसका चेंज करना है बस थोड़ा सा।
ब्लेसिंग लगा के
ड्रेसिंग तो नहीं लगाया, लगाऊँ ड्रेसिंग?
कोई अपना वही वाला लगा लो।
थैंक यू लगाया मैंने, बस नॉर्मल ड्रेसिंग कर रहा था।
PPT slide also remove that, please.
लैपटॉप जैसा दरअसल एक टीचर का लिया था।
लॉगिन करवा दीजिएगा।
हाँ
हमको होस्ट बना दीजिएगा।
हाँ वो सब हम करेंगे सर, यही है
बस ठीक है।
ऑडिटोरियम प्रोग्राम
बेकार सब पीली लाइट ही पड़ जाती है, येलो का इफेक्ट आ जाता है।
नहीं आता। हाँ
बैकग्राउंड में देखो
तारिक सर आपको यहाँ बैठना होगा।
सर पीपीटी स्टार्ट करवा दीजिए नेक्स्ट इवेंट की।
सर नाम डालिए, नाम डालिए।
क्या क्या
आपको होस्ट रहना है।
सर ये रखो इसमें हाइड्रोपोनिक टोमेटो सर ये रखिएगा
आपको नहीं होस्ट करवाया है तो वीकेंड अब आपको यहाँ पे कोई जैसे यहाँ पे कोई पार्टिसिपेंट आता है तो उसको एग्री करना होगा।
पार्टिसिपेंट अब और नहीं आएंगे हैं एक एक करके साथ ही हैं साथ ही
मतलब 13 ही पार्टिसिपेंट, 13 ही लोग उसमें होंगे, मतलब 7 लोग हैं, 7 हैं।
सात टीम है और एक जज
सब है ना। फिर भी अगर कोई जैसे जाता है आएगा तो उसको
एग्री कर देंगे। ठीक है इसको परमिट कैसे करेंगे सर, कौन प्रेजेंट करेगा
क्या
इसको प्रेजेंट कौन
वो सब
ये
वहाँ से
स्टार्ट करिए। 11 बजे सर 11 बजे टाइम था, सारी टीम ऐड हो गई है। स्टार्ट करिए
मैम स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं।
मेधा मैम
मैम
कर दो रीड कर एक बार कर आप रीड कर ली पहले एक बार कर ली।
मीटिंग तो ऑन लगी, मीटिंग में कैसे जाएगा ये वीडियो से? ये मीटिंग ऑन लगी है।
सबमिट करिए सर। ये देखिए यूट्यूब पर इसके ये है कौन आप यूट्यूब है इसको भी डायरेक्टली ज्वाइन करा
Recording in progress.
ठीक है मैम
इसमें
हाँ ठीक है कॉपी कर
वो तो ऑलरेडी वही वाला लिंक है।
वही चल रहा है वही चल रहा है कुछ नहीं करना सर इसको क्लोज कर उसको चलने दो।
ठीक है ये हाउस में है ना।
बस सर
All teams are there? All teams are there?
Arunima is not there. All the others are there. One judge is there. अरे मीडिया उसमें क्या दे रहे हैं नूरुल भाई? मीडिया उसमें चल रहा है। ये देखिए स्क्रीन में क्या है? कैमरा चल रहा है। अरे वो देखिए कितना मल्टीपल स्क्रीन जा रही है। सिंगल स्क्रीन एचडी। आज ही वो चैप्टर उसको गैलरी पे छोड़ दिए हाँ गैलरी पे लगा के छोड़ दिए आप अपना स्क्रीन
Imagination does not become great until human beings are given the courage and the strength to use it to create. Jai Jagat and good morning to all. I'm delighted to welcome all for the day 2 of the 6th International Environment Olympiad 2021. The eventful day 2 of the Olympiad will end with some brain tickling and panache. Power of imagination makes us infinite and is the key to innovation. To awaken this creative engineering in students, Imagineering My Future was conceptualized. Imagination is our capacity to make new thoughts, to reshape our creativity, and achieve what has never been thought of. Design thinking revolves around a deep interest in developing an understanding of world's problem. However, having an understanding is not enough. Creating workable solutions is what the world needs. Before we begin with the competition, I would like to extend my gratitude to our judges for the event. Ms. Arunima Chaudhary. Arunima Chaudhary is a Newcastle University UK graduate in BSc Honour Computer Science and Cardiff University UK postgraduate in MSc Advanced Computer Science. She is passionate about encouraging young students to learn computer science in fun and innovative ways. Ms. Arunima has recently started a virtual international cultural exchange program named One World, One Technology, in partnership with schools from different countries to collaborate and find technical solution to the environmental crisis. Ma'am currently is in USA and is facing some technical glitch. However, we will be sending her the recording for her judgment to come in. Our second judge for the event is Ms. Mohsina Arif Mirza. She is a pioneer in introducing the concept of aviation and flying technology, aerial imaging in schools across the country. She started her career as a head of drone department La Martiniere College, Lucknow, founder Invero Techno Robotics and Flying Club, Lucknow. Mohsina ma'am has participated in ISSET NASA Mentor Championship in 2019. Having BTech and PGDBM from UK, she is passionate about STEM technology and education and has traveled 20 countries to study STEM education. Heartiest welcome, ma'am. The rules for the competition are as follows. Each team will comprise of 2 participants. The team has to design a working model on the topic digitalization and modernization of India. The idea must be original. Each team will get 7 minutes to present their idea and model. Viva will be taken post presentation. Team will be judged on the following criteria: creativity and originality, presentation of thoughts, response to the judges, practical applicability of the idea, adherence to time and theme. Any mention of the school name or display of school logo will lead to disqualification. Results will be declared by the judges, that will be final and abiding. So, all the best participants. I would now like to invite the team from School Code IEO 2130 to present. Please unmute, we can't hear you. Team IU 2130, can you hear me? Just give me a thumbs up.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Now we can hear you. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. I'm Aditi Melwala of class 9.
And I'm Devanshi Gupta of class 11. In this model, we have to show digitalization and modernization of India. In this model, we represent renewable energy resources and the advantages of renewable energy resources. First of all, there is a dam. In dams, instead of motors and generators, we have used turbines. In dams, turbines, when water from height falls, kinetic energy is through kinetic energy, the movement of turbines takes place, and this turbines helps in the movement of the shaft, and the shaft is connected to the armature. The armature consists of coils which rotate around the magnetic field. It produces current due to the Faraday law of electromagnetic induction. In dams, like we all have seen in near houses, we have seen generators. In generators, there are motors which run due to petroleum or diesel, and these are non-renewable energy. And as we all know, that non-renewable energy is slowly diminishing. And to show the working of this dam, I'm pouring some water here. This water, I'm pouring some water here, and this water is coming out through these canals and in the reservoir. Here to show the conduction of electricity, this is the turbines and it's moving. This is the turbines and it's moving to show that electricity is produced. And here, it generates electricity. And this falling water from here goes to these canals, and this becomes a water surplus basin.
The project Interlinking of Canals is a proposed civil engineering, large-scale civil engineering project to connect the it's a civil engineering project to distribute the water around India equitably. So
The water turns from the water from the water surplus basins goes to the water deficient basin due to interlinking of canals.
now the interlinking of canals is
Water surplus to water.
canals travel from water surplus basin to water deficient basin to spread the water all over India equitably and to tackle the problem of the water crisis around the India. Move it a little bit down, please.
Yeah. Here we have here we have shown solar panels, and through solar panels solar energy is converted into electricity. This helps in modernization in rural areas, and it also has a great impact in agriculture. Here, to show its working, you can see wind turbines are on, and if I place this here, my hand, the electricity is being generated through the solar panels, and here the LED lights are being on. Renewable energy is very important for us because slowly and slowly the non-renewable energy is depleting, and it's the right time for us as humans to understand that it's very important because non-renewable energy and fossil fuels also due to burning of fossil fuels, there's a lot of impact on the environment. Because of burning of fossil fuels, carbon dioxide is produced, which is very harmful for the environment, and which is very harmful for farmers also because climatic change is there, and there's not unpredictable monsoon can be there, and there would be no growing of crops. Farmers will not be able to and then there are large number of impacts on human life as well because there's a large number of carbon dioxide there. Thank you so much.
Bravo. Thank you, Team 30. Indeed, clean energy is the need of the hour. I now request our judge, Ms. Mohsina Arif, to please ask any question.
Good morning, Team 30. Outstanding project on clean energy. If I'm not wrong, your project is based on the rural background, for rural background.
Yes.
So how it is helpful for maintaining rural sanitation or maintaining ecological balance in rural setup?
Ma'am, water for drought crops.
Team
Ma'am, it is important that the
your
water is
question
supplied to drought
to
prone
you
crops.
is, can you hear it?
Yes, ma'am.
Your question, the question that was put to you was, how can you use your model in a rural setup, rural sanitization?
Sanitization and maintaining ecological balance.
Ma'am, research workers and scientists will study the area, and then there will be no harm in the
They will design accordingly.
and they will design accordingly.
So proper analysis primarily we can do.
So, ma'am, that will be all, or would you like to ask any other question?
I think they were not audible enough to understand what they have said. If they can repeat their answer, that would be great.
So team 30, if you can loudly, maybe come closer to your mic. That's fine. We've seen your model. And if you can speak loudly, maybe closer to your mic so that our judge can hear your.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, scientists will study the area and then there would be no problem in ecologically. And for sanitization, the water from the basins would go to drought-prone areas, and farmers can use it for maintaining and agriculture and crops.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Team 30.
Thank you, ma'am. Well done, team. I now invite participants from school code IU 2104 to share their idea. IU 2104. You may now unmute yourself.
Am I audible now?
Perfect. And if you can unmute your video as well. IO 2104. If you can unmute your video and present your idea. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, may we start now?
Please do. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. We are Team 2104. We have made a model on the topic digitalization and modernization of India.
In
this model, we have included...
04. Sorry to interrupt you, 04. Your camera is switched off. We cannot see what you have prepared.
Ma'am?
Are you sharing the model with some other device?
Yes, ma'am. We are sharing the model with a laptop. And there are 3 IDs.
All right. So just find is there.
Ma'am, this is the ID from where I am speaking.
They have also entered with 04. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Right. Just give me a second. We are just trying to locate them now.
Ma'am, are we visible now?
Yes, we can now see you. Perfect.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. We are Team 2104. We have made a model on digitalization and modernization of India. In this model, we have included certain innovative ideas to modernize India. Some of them are automatic street lights.
Sorry to interrupt.
Automatic
I cannot see. I can only see in the gallery, but not on the full screen.
Ma'am, now? Ma'am, are we visible now? Hello.
Please spotlight the team. We cannot see them.
Are we audible now?
Team IO 2104, we have pinned your model and you can continue with your explanation of the model. we cannot have two screen sharing at the same time. So right now we are pinning on where your modern India model is being shown. All right. So you can continue with your explanation. Team 04. Please unmute yourself.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, sir.
Good morning, everyone. We are Team 2104. We have made a model on the topic digitalization and modernization of India. In this model, we have included certain innovative ideas to modernize India. Some of them are automatic street light,
Sorry,
automatic
again,
security
the same
system.
problem is happening. You have to spotlight their model, not the one who's speaking. I cannot see the model. Please spotlight the model.
एक से बोल रहा है और एक से दिखा रहा है। मैम से कहिए मीडिया होस्ट को पिन कर ले।
Ma'am, if you can just pin a media host, you will be able to see their model. We have pinned it for you.
Yes, I can see it now. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Ma'am, may I?
You may please continue. Yes.
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. In this model, we have included certain innovative ideas to modernize India. Some of them are automatic street light, automatic security system, biogas plant, and last up, piezoelectric equipped road. So now I'd request my friend to demonstrate the working of these features.
Alright, let's start with automatic street light. So we have used an automatic street light in our model. This automatic street light is based on LDR, light dependent resistor. Normally, LDR gives an on signal when it does not receive light, but we have used a transistor to reverse the conditions. Now, LDR gives an on signal when it does not receive sunlight. So in the evening, when the sunlight becomes dim, then the street lights are turned on automatically due to the LDR. Also, in the morning, when the sunlight is received again, the lights are turned off due to the LDR. The main advantage of this system is that it requires zero manpower, and also it requires less maintenance and reduces the risk of accidents during rainy season with the short circuits. Now, what do you, Raj, for the biogas plant?
Thank you. Biogas, also known as gobar gas, is actually pure methane formed when we ferment a solution of cow dung with water. It is one of the renewable energies that we know today. It will replace LPG from houses as it is cost efficient too. Now I will explain the piezoelectric circuit. Piezo is the Greek word for squeezing or pressing. Piezoelectric material is a type of material that converts mechanical pressure to charges. We have 32 types of crystals and 21 are piezoelectric. One of them is quartz, which we have used on our roads. So when we put a mechanical pressure on our roads, we can see the lights on the boundary of our project working. We can also see when we move a car, the light will also start to work.
Now, let us talk about the automatic security system. The security system is also based on the principle of LDR and transistor. We are using a transistor to reverse the flow of the current in the circuit. Now, LDR, in the presence of the obstruction, gives an on signal and the buzzer starts ringing. So, now let me show you the demonstration. Consider my hand to be an obstruction.
Sir, can you please
in this case, the buzzer starts ringing. Also, we have equipped a red LED light. We have used specifically red color because it deviates the leaves and it will be visible to far off places. So now, I hope you liked our model and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Team 04. Ma'am, if you may have your questions for them.
Congratulations, Team 04. Wonderful project you have made it. So my question is, what type of a biogas plant you have made it?
Ma'am, this biogas plant works on the principle works on the cow dung. When there is a cow dung and we mix with water and form a solution, we ferment it for 2 to 3 days. And when the fermentation happens, the methane gas is produced to some bacteria. So, ma'am, we are using that pure methane, which is also known as a pure gas. We are using that to replace LPG.
So you mean you have made the continuous type of a biogas plant, if I'm not wrong?
Yes, ma'am.
So is it regularly fed and emptied out or not?
Can you repeat the question?
Is it regularly fed and emptied or not?
Yes, ma'am, it should be.
It should be? Are you sure what type? I mean, are you aware of the type of plant you have made it or not? Or are you just guessing it?
We are.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you please repeat?
I'm asking, is it a continuous type of a biogas plant?
No, ma'am, it is not. Ma'am, firstly, ma'am, we let the cow dung ferment, the solution of cow dung ferment for 2 to 3 days. And then, ma'am, it will be emptied as there will be no methane produced after some time. And then we'll feed it again.
Yes, this is called the process which you are telling. It's a continuous type of a biogas plant.
Yes,
and it is regularly be emptied out and fed. Okay, thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Team 4.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Well done, Team 04. For our
Excuse
next
me.
team, I would like to invite IEO 2130.
Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear us?
30 is already done, I guess.
Ma'am, the first team was 1313.
Okay.
The second was 04. And third now is 3030.
Hello, can you hear us?
2130, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Are we audible? Are we audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay.
Please start. All the best.
We have to share our PPT, so can you please allow the screen sharing? Good afternoon to one and all. What happened? Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to one and all present over here. Today, we, two young agronomists, will acquaint you all with an agricultural technique having enormous benefits. Today, agriculture is facing alarming problems, which is because of the growing extent of resource depletion and careless usage of resources. Many crops throughout the year are ruined because of the climate change. Farmers remain bound to keep a check on their crops to verify their growth rate. They have to deplete the water by adding it to their irrigation. Further, the addition of insecticides and pesticides has made the condition even worse. So, to alleviate these problems, we present to you the future of agriculture, the hydroponic farming. So, we will take aid of our hydroponic farming model to explain you this further. So, this is our hydroponic model, which comprises of a bucket-like water tank, a bottle symbolizing the main pipe, a few small pipes to aid the flow of water from the water tank to the main pipe and back, a water motor to control the flow of water, and a few small plants, and a nutrient-rich solution. In hydroponic farming, the nutrient rich solution replaces the soil and the chemical fertilizers, thus preventing the soil erosion. So, in our model, we have added the nutrient rich solution in the water tank to make it nourishing for the plants. And to provide the plants with this water, a water motor is used and the water flows from the small pipes to the plants over here. To we have used the nutrient film technique of hydroponics in our model. Keeping in mind the excessive use of water, normally our model will recycle it by connecting it using this small pipe. It will be further connected to the water tank. As Naman already said, our model recycles water, therefore not wasting it. Not only does it recycle water, but we only use 10% of the water that is used in traditional farming methods. And we reuse it again and again with our motors, which take the water in a cycle, and that's how our plants get nutrients and water from flowing water. Also, other than water, we save many other resources. For example, electricity and expense. We save a lot of electricity because in traditional farming or normal farming or even namesake modern farming, a lot of heavy machinery is used, which takes a lot of electricity and it is expensive. But in hydroponics, we just need some lights and motors. That way, a lot less electricity is used, therefore causing less expense. Did I forget to mention that there is no soil usage? Yes, that's just obvious because there is no soil usage. In our model, flowing water is used for hydrating the plant and also giving them nutrients. Also, with this hydroponic technique, a lot of work, stress, time, and effort is reduced. Because with this farming method, not only less monitoring is required, but your stress levels go less so much that you will be surprised. And you can perform this at your house also, in your lawn, in your backyard, even in your kitchen. After you wash vegetables, that water can be used for hydroponic plants, and that means even less resources are needed for it. Now, if you ask me why this farming method hasn't been adopted yet, well, it is because it was just recently invented, even later brought into public, and even later it came into India. Now, most of the Indian farmers are uneducated and therefore don't know about this farming method. So, even if some of them do know, it's an untrusted method for them. For them, it is difficult. They think that it is expensive. Why don't the other farmers use it, right? Well, it is upon us, the future generation, to make sure that we spread awareness to implement these farming systems to our society. Because the days will come when the resources are scarcer than they already are. And we have to take action before it is too late. We, the young generation, have to make effort. The change will come. Thank you so much. Now we will show our model and how it works properly. So this is our rainwater harvesting tank. From that rainwater harvesting tank, water goes into this water tank, and there is a motor inside this water tank. Now please open it. And with that water tank, the water comes up, it flows through these pipes, and then it goes back from gravity. That way, no water is wasted at all, and the plants grow 30 to 40% faster. That way, we can overcome food crisis and famines, and the hungry people can be fed. And just imagine thinking, just think remaining without food for a lot of time. All the people that don't get food, that those kinds of problems will all be overcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, team, for the wonderful presentation. Ma'am, please ask them your questions.
Congratulations, Team 30. So, you have incorporated hydroponic farm with rainwater harvesting. Okay, so
Yes,
is
ma'am.
it going to increase the groundwater levels?
No, ma'am, because that we have used the rainwater harvesting, so there is no like consideration of ground groundwater, because the we will use rainwater, then we will do rainwater harvesting, and that would be the source of our water. And so
only
groundwater is not used here.
and only 10% of the water that is
It's
used.
not, will it not increase the groundwater level?
No, ma'am. Actually, if we use rainwater harvesting
I
and
have
only 10.
think on this.
Yes, ma'am. One
Because
second.
water level is thing.
Yes, ma'am. So if we don't use the ground level and we use the rainwater harvesting, so from that the ground level will remain high, because we will not be using groundwater for farming. We will be using rainwater harvesting, and that too only 10% of what is used in traditional farming. That will save a lot of water. And also there is a we can use less land, because the hydroponics farming can be done vertically. That ways excessive land usage will also be reduced.
And how you connect with technology if we talk about GIS, GPS, agriculture?
Ma'am, we can attach timers to it and AI, so that the water automatically goes off after some time and then it stops. That ways there will be less electricity usage even further, and less water usage, because after some time the water will stop, and after the timer goes off again the water will flow again and the plants will get nutrients and then it will stop.
And ma'am, to connect it with technology, like to lesser the people's stress, we will also add some softwares or AI models which would like keep a check on the hydroponic farming, so that the people don't have to take stress to go, but they don't have to take stress instead, because it's no check over here also, because they have to like check it lesser times than the traditional farming, because it's done in an indoor and in like a favorable hygiene.
And a lot of less labor is required.
So farming in India is location based and precision, farming. But our farmers are not well trained to use such technology. So, as a budding scientist, as an innovator, what would you do with that?
Ma'am, our farmers have learned to use heavy machinery. So hydroponics is nothing. It's much easy than machinery, and all
So
farmers can.
when you have to connect these GIS softwares with that, I mean, we need
Ma'am,
trained people.
yes, ma'am. Why, like, we can introduce public awareness programs in the villages to the rural people, so that they also can get to know about the hydroponic farming, and they should like also use it, because it is better than modern farming and it is better than green revenue.
And ma'am, we have to spread awareness for this. Otherwise, there is no use, because the farmers don't know about it, and even if they do, they don't trust this method. That is why it is upon us to spread awareness.
Okay, thank you so much, team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, team. Indeed, it is up to us to change our mindset, spread awareness, and connect more students, more people in our endeavor to save our planet Earth. I now call upon the participants from School Code IEO 2103. Team 03, please share your idea.
Good morning, judges. So we have prepared a model on drip irrigation. Actually, it is also known as trickle irrigation system, which is a micro irrigation system, which has the potential to save water. It is the most effective process of saving water. We have prepared a model on it because nearly millions of people die because of water, and it can only be reduced by saving water. And mainly, it is the most important system of irrigation because it conserves water and helps us to fight the water crisis, which is the most important thing we need to do nowadays. It saves water up to 70% compared to the flood irrigation, and thus more land can be cultivated by the water thus saved. Now we will be showing the working of the model. Now my friend will be pouring water into the tank. The water from the tank flows slowly through the pipes and reaches the roots of the plant dropwise. Now, this system helps the farmers to plow easily also because the system helps to enhance or increase the fertility of the soil of the nearby area. Thank you.
Thank you, team. Ma'am, your questions, please.
My question is Team 03. You are just trying to show the irrigation or some kind of a technology with. I mean, it was just that, you filled the tank, I suppose from rain, right?
Yes,
So what technology you going to use?
actually, the water, the rainwater gets collected into the tank, and through the water motors, it goes into the tank. And through there, the water flows through the pipes.
That will take electricity. But what renewable energy you are working on? I mean, you don't have solar panels, you don't have any alternative energy for that. You're going to consume a lot of electricity in that case.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, the rainwater can directly be also, ma'am, collected into the tank, as in the case of well, which happens, the wastewater can be used through it.
So, do you have any checkpoint like when it has to start and when it has to stop? There was nothing in that in your presentation. Are you going to use software or AI to keep the check?
Actually, can you repeat the question? I was not able to.
My question is that you will put the water in your tank, but we are going to keep the check, when and how you have to fill these water tanks and how it's going to be give it to farms. I mean, will there be any check for that for the timings? Otherwise, there will
Yes,
be
ma'am.
water all the time 24 into 7 and whenever it will rain. So, how are you
Yes,
going
ma'am.
to check the level of water in your ponds?
Yes, ma'am. So for that, ma'am, we before pouring the water, before the water gets collected into the tank, after 4-5 minutes, it starts flowing it through the pipes, and it continuously flows till the time being. And to stop it for excess overwatering, we can just we fill some clog it so that
It continues flow and raining in that area, so then that time your farm need water. Maybe
yes,
it is going to overflow for them. So you should have to
yes,
keep, you have to check that.
yes, ma'am. To prevent overwatering, we can clog the drip pipes so that the flow of water stops.
And that will be manual.
That will be done by um, when there is a particle, just a stone or anything we can use to cloud the opening point of the emitters or the pipes.
You mean only.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well done. Moving on. I now call upon the participants from school code IU 2118. Team IU 2118. Can you hear me? Perfect. We can't hear you. Yeah, if you can be closer to the microphone. Team number 18. Can you hear me?
Water, water everywhere.
Team number 18, we cannot hear you.
Good morning and Jajika to whatever present here. Today, I, Devansh Pandey, and my friend Viraj Dixit will show you how to perform rainwater harvesting and what is the importance of rainwater harvesting. Water everywhere, but not a drop to take to drink. It's time for us to wait and watch and to think that if there will be no water, how will we survive? It's time for us to do some work to make a positive life. So with this quote, I start on with my introduction to rainwater harvesting. So what is rainwater harvesting? Rainwater harvesting is the storage of water for using it in agricultural purposes, domestic purposes, or other pastoral purposes. Thus, rainwater harvesting is nothing but the mere storage of rainwater which comes from the cloud and falls on the earth, which would have otherwise got wasted in our environment. In this era of water crisis, it is a boon in the 21st century to humankind, and not in the 21st century only. It has been a boon to mankind for about 1,000 years. I can give you the nearest reference to rainwater harvesting. In the Mughal era also, archaeologists have found big mud pots which they used to store rainwater. So now, my friend Viraj Dixit will show you how to conduct this process. First, rainwater falls from the clouds in this water collection tank which may be put on somebody else's house in an urban area. This water collection tank collects water, and then from this pipe the water passes into a filtration tank, because we know the fact that in rainwater there may be present some impurities, both soluble or insoluble. Thus, these filtration tanks clear the rainwater and make it pure enough for drinking and other purposes for using in the domestic household. Thus, the filtration tank is of prime importance in rainwater harvesting. After passing through filtration tank, the rainwater passes into a vessel which may be clean and covered with a muslin cloth so that it may not get polluted again. So, in this way, we can use rainwater harvesting to make our plants grow, our houses clean, and for our drinking purposes, and not using extra water and wasting it in turn and giving our planet a new life out of it. Thus, all said and done, I would like to I would like to emphasize on the fact that rainwater harvesting is the need of the hour, and if we don't do it today, we won't be able to do it anytime. Thus, I would now like to pass on forward to our friend Viraj Dixit to guide us more on this fact.
Our Earth is covered. Our Earth is 70% covered with water, but a less amount of water is potable. A lot of water is in oceans, which is saline and is not for drinking purposes. So, Dubai and UAE have started a new technique of converting saline water to potable water. But this technique is very costly. So now not all countries have started this technique. So we have to start from now that we should practice at our homes rainwater harvesting, so that we can store water and use it for potable purposes. Thank you.
And that was all we would like to tell you about rainwater harvesting. Thank you.
Very well presented. I now request the judges to please ask their questions.
Okay, so what kind of a water harvesting can be adopted by individual house owners?
Ma'am, on rooftops we can have water collection tanks, where the rainwater would come over there, and from through pipes it will be stored in a tank, from where it can be used for many different purposes.
Okay, and how many methods of rain harvesting are there?
Ma'am, there are many methods of rainwater harvesting. Ma'am, the different countries use different methods. Ma'am, in countries where more rainwater is there, ma'am, more rain. Ma'am, in our country also there are some parts such as Mausam, ma'am, where more rain happens. Then parts such as Rajasthan. So, ma'am, the quantity of the rainwater which is harvested over there has to be dependent upon that. In Mausam, each house can have small water collection tanks so that they can store a large amount of water as the rain as it is happens over there in very large amounts. But in places like Rajasthan, they have to have very big water collection tanks because the rain as it is very low there. And if each and every household won't be having water collection tanks, there won't be any difference. So, ma'am, this is something which we can use. Ma'am, some other uses of rainwater, some other techniques of rainwater are used up, and ma'am, recharge it. So, ma'am, we can use those techniques to help our planet grow and do our part to contribute to it, ma'am, because it is the need of the hour, and ma'am, if not today, it won't be happen. It won't be happening any time now. Because as it is because of the rising level of the pollution and greenhouse gases and other greenhouse effects, ma'am, the rain is as it is happening very less or very at a negligible rate every year in different parts of the country. So, ma'am, it is the ideal time I think to use a planet on that.
Okay, great. So you have shown filtration in your model, right?
Yes.
But is there any purification concept also in your model or not? Filtration is there, but purification is there or not?
Ma'am, purification has to be there, ma'am, because we cannot deny the fact that impurities, both soluble and insoluble, may be present in rainwater, ma'am. That a part of it also goes to the pollution in our environment. So, ma'am, in filtration tanks, ma'am, we can make an adjustment that some distillation tanks may also be there, so that the water which is devoid of physical impurities.
No, I understood that, but why not purification? I just want to ask that. Why purification is not there?
Ma'am, purification is not there, ma'am, because ma'am, purification is not there because ma'am, the rainwater has always been considered auspicious for the people living on Earth. So, ma'am, they do not really regard rainwater as polluted. So, ma'am, purification nowadays it has become the need of an hour, but we don't use that term for rainwater. We have not used that term for rainwater ever. So, ma'am, it is something new that we need to inculcate in our people by the means of advertisement and by the means of repeated seminars. So, ma'am, it fixes in their heads that rainwater may not be that pure as we have known it to be because of the changing time and changing patterns of the year. Ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much, Team 18.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the questions. All the best. I now request the participants from school code IU 2114 to present their idea. Please begin. Thank you.
Good afternoon to the esteemed judges and participants. We students from IEO 2114 are going to present before you our Biogas model, which is a fabulous idea for energy production and will fulfill the SDG 7, which will focus on on ensuring access to modern, affordable, reliable, and sustainable energy to all. So, in our model, we have used gobar gas for cooking purposes. And I would like Nabia to enlighten us about gobar gas.
Gobar gas, also popularly known as biogas, is a mixture of gases primarily consisting of carbon dioxide and methane. It is obtained from raw materials such as municipal waste, sewage, plant waste, cow dung, and it is considered as a renewable source of energy. Now, a question arises that why is it considered as renewable? So the answer would be because the production and use cycle of biogas is a continuous process and it does not emit net carbon dioxide because it is purified also. And therefore, it is considered as a renewable source. And I would like to inform that this idea was first initiated by Denmark. So, in our model, we have shown that this is a reservoir, gobar gas reservoir, and these are the various houses. And we also have public toilets. We have connecting pipes in the various houses as well as the inlet pipe from the toilet. Now, in the village or rural areas, earlier we had one problem, and that was that there was a single biogas pit in the whole village. And now, with the help of this idea, we can have multiple biogas pits, say for example 4 in a village, so that it can meet the IoT system, Internet of Things system, can efficiently manage the distribution of biogas in the various houses. So let me discuss about the working of the model. In our model, we have inlet pipe from toilets and also from the houses, where the people can throw their cow dung or waste and it will automatically be collected inside the gobar gas in form of compartment. Now, this can ensure proper management of waste. Like whatever waste is present, it will automatically be transported with the help of the pipelines. And therefore, we can say that it can reduce the diseases as the waste will now be inside the reservoir. I would like Aditya to continue with the further proceedings.
This waste will go into the gobar gas reservoir, yeah? And then it will be first crushed into smaller pieces, and then it will be solidified. Solidifying means adding liquid to the bio-waste product so as to make it easier to process. So now I would like Nabha to continue.
So inside the biogas reservoir, we will have three compartments into which the waste will be stored. Now, this waste or cow dung primarily will go into that compartment which has shortage of it, so that there is almost equal distribution of waste. This is for the reason for the so that it can be easily distributed in the various houses. Now, this waste which is inside the compartment will be kept at a warm temperature of around 37 degrees Celsius, and it will be kept for around 7 to 8 weeks. The reason for being is that so that anaerobic digestion can take place inside the reservoir of the waste. And hence, this way the biogas will be produced inside the reservoir itself, and later on it will be purified as well.
So the the gobar gas will go into the connecting pipes, which will contain float valves. Float valves are simple mechanical liquid level controllers, mostly used for controlling the level of fluid in the flowing in the pipes. And then we also have pressure gauges in the pipes, which will supply the information of the pressure through IoT to the concerned authorities.
So let us, for example, assume that people of house number 1 and house number 3 have gone out for a vacation. So in that case, with the help of this technology, it will be the gas will be given to the other houses, like house number 3, 4, 5, 6. So this way, what will happen is that gas can be efficiently distributed in the various houses, so that this efficient distribution of gas can happen.
So this was a gobar gas model, which we think that it is a fabulous idea for energy production, and will open the doors of employment for people, and they can be able and they can earn and be able to attain the living conditions.
So I would like to conclude by saying that this was the idea in which we had multiple biogas pits, and it was done in the reservoir and was distributed in the houses in an efficient manner for cooking purposes. And this can not only help the women, but can also help them to prevent the bad effects of chulha chauka. Like we all are aware that in the rural areas, women have to face such bad effects. So in order to overcome that, we have created this idea so that they could have an improved lifestyle. So with this, I would like to thank all the esteemed judges for giving us such a golden opportunity to present our model before you. Thank you.
Well done, team. Thank you, ma'am. I now invite the participants from School Code IO 2127 to share their idea. Team 27. All right. Team 27, if you can unmute your video. Team 27, can you hear me? दो एंट्रीज तो नहीं है. Team 27, can you hear me?
Good morning.
Yes. Now we can.
Today, as we know that
trends. Hence, in our village, we have not only shown digitalization, but even modernization of agricultural methods. The main sources of energy in our village are wind energy, solar energy, and hydroelectric energy. Here we have shown a solar field. The solar field will power various sectors of our village, like agriculture, cotton weaving industry, and basket weaving industry. Here we have also shown a tube well, which will be powered by the solar fields. As you can see, the tube well will help the people for irrigation purposes. Moving on, we have shown a drone. The drone will help the farmers to optimize their input of seeds, fertilizers, and water. It will also help the farmers to know about the threats like weeds and pests so that they can take quick actions to protect their crops.
Here we have shown a dam. A dam is used to store water at a height. As the river moves down, it will generate pressure. It will generate pressure which will generate electricity. Excess electricity will be stored in a storehouse, which by the help of distributor will be distributed to all of the villages. Here is a model of rainwater harvester. As there is rain, the rainwater gets collected on the rooftop, which with the pipes are transported to the water filters, which will be fed for irrigation and even for household purposes.
For modern agricultural methods, we have used drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is one of the most efficient methods to transport water and nutrients directly to the roots of the crops so that they can grow optimally. Here, we have shown lights across the field. As there is enough moisture in the soil, the lights are switched on. As soon as the moisture depletes, the lights will be switched off and the water from the tanker will automatically go into the soil so that there is enough moisture for the crops to grow optimally.
Here we have shown stubble burning or parali. As we all know, Haryana's parali caused a heavy lockdown in Delhi as it produced a heavy pollution. So for that, we have happy seeder machine which will crush all the stubble or residue into the ground, making the soil fertile and rich for the crops.
In our model, we have also shown a satellite. The satellite will provide real-time data for the farmers to better manage their crops and harvest. It will also provide detailed information and rainfall assessments so that the farmers can better monitor their harvest. The cell phone tower is also shown in our model. As we all know, during the pandemic times, the villagers had to suffer great setback due to the lack of connectivity and internet issues. The cell phone tower will provide great connection so that the villagers can connect not only with people interstate but even overseas.
Here is a model of a smart school. As we all know that a smart village is incomplete without a smart school. So, smart classes and laptops will be used by the students, a proper science lab so to get more practical knowledge, a proper playground area as all the villages lack proper playground areas so as to encourage our hidden athletes and promote sports at a higher level. Here is a model of dairy farm. Here we have shown disorganized farm which exists in today's Indian villages where all the cows are kept together and fed together, which leads to congestion and overfeeding. Here we have shown our organized farm which is necessary for a smart village. Here we have given maximum space for each cow to feed themselves, a proper drinking area, a proper shed area to protect the cows from rain and cold, a milking center which will be full controlled by fully automatic machines, a proper chilling center, as you know that milk gets destroyed at a temperature of around 45 to 35 degrees centigrade. So as to increase the preservation time of the milk, we have shown a proper chilling center important for a modern dairy farm. Here is a feeding center where the food will be stored for the cows. Fourth, very important thing about this farm is that all the energy being used by the farm will be produced by the farm too as solar panels and wind turbines. Here we have shown medical center so as to keep our diseased cows separate from our healthy ones. Here is a truck which will have cooling device so as the milk gets transported to the companies safely. Here is our model of biogas plant as all the cow dungs will be collected in this container which will be transported to a digester within the help of 15 days in the presence of pathogenic bacteria under controlled conditions. Gas will be formed and will be stored in the collector which will be used by the villagers and also by the students for burning
chemistry for burning, lighters in the chemistry lab. As we all know, one of the most important buildings in any village is a bank. Here in our bank, we have shown various counters like the loan counter and the ATM. The bank will not only provide a safe place for the villagers to save their money, but even provide an easy access to the bank. We have also shown a self-help center in our village. It will help the relatively uneducated villagers to access the services of the bank. It will also hold frequent workshops so that the villagers are aware about the modern agricultural methods and cattle rearing methods. The loan taken by the villagers will be used by them to promote their industries like the khadi industry, pottery making industry, cotton industry, handicraft industries, etc. The goods produced by the villagers will not only be sent to other villages, but with the help of a well-developed transportation system, sent to bigger markets of the cities so that the villagers can earn more profit. The profit earned by the villagers will be used by them to pay back the loans.
As we all know, India's major problem is population, climatic hazard, and shrinkage of agricultural land. So, as to reduce those problems, we have shown a complete model about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Team 27. A wonderful idea, well presented. I now request our judge to please ask her question to Team 27.
We skipped the question for Team 14, but first I will ask the question from Team 27. So Team 14, you also be ready. Because when we are asking the questions from each team, so we cannot skip you. Wonderful presentation of a smart village, Team 27. Congratulations. You have covered almost everything, but there are two things which I am also working in it. So you have talked about and shown drone in that, and drone is for like mapping crop, seeing the heights of your farm, and a lot of other things, even for watering the plants also. So what kind of app you going to use, especially the mapping of your farm?
For mapping, it will have special imaging capabilities for the drone. As we know, DJI is the best drone for the agriculture purposes. So it will have best imaging capabilities so that each and every crop is being mapped through that.
But DJI doesn't have any inbuilt software. Did you read or heard about any software which have been used for drones in agriculture? Because DJI doesn't have any inbuilt except the follow me and the photography and videography thing.
Ma'am, it will even have P4 multispectral rays so that the plants which are affected will be presented as in red color and the plants which are healthy, they will be in green colors.
No, there are certain apps to do that. It's okay. You can read about it. My second question is that you have spoken about milking in your dairy farm. So are you going to use any robotic milking machine in that, or it will be just a manual thing? Because when we're talking about a smart village, lot of governments, in South especially, they are using different kinds of apps. A lot of companies are working on it, like a GFA, Paco, Mubu. There are many companies who have been working on the robotic milking machines. So what kind of idea you have for your smart village?
We can have an artificial intelligence used for milking. Like it will be, it would have a sensor that when to disinfect it. For the disinfectant of the cow, we will have the iodine solution, which will be used as a disinfectant before the milking of the cows. The cows will be sent in the milking center, and with the help of the machines, they will be automatically milked. And and a person will be there to monitor them and to inspect the machines. But most of the time, it will not be done manually by the hand, but with the help of the machines.
That is a different department, children. That's called the product traceability for customers through blockchain. That's called checking of the quality of the milk. I am talking about, are you using any kind of a machine to milk the cows? Of course, AI is involved in everything. AI is everywhere. But did you read about, because you have covered almost everything. So I just want to know, have you heard about any app or any company which has been going, presently in India, we are using it. So are you going to use certain kind of a robotic machine for milking the cows?
Yes, ma'am. The machines, automatic robotic machines, will be used for milking the cows. They will be there will be pumps which will be fitted to the cow so that the milk can be taken. Milk can be milled and then sent to the chilling center from the milking center.
Okay, thank you so much, girls.
So much,
So,
ma'am.
my question is for team 14 now.
Yes.
Team 14, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
So you have some different numbers in your biogas. Now, from where the biogas is collected and from where the slurry is taken out, what are the names of those tanks, those chambers? Where it is collected and where the slurry is taken out?
Ma'am, we will collect it from the houses, ma'am, because ma'am, mostly in the rural areas, ma'am, people mostly use cows for milking purposes.
No, there are definite names for those chambers. Are you aware of the names of the different chambers of the biogas plants? Where it is
Ma'am, like agitators, pumps, and things like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the biogas is collected in exit plant. Have you heard about that?
Ma'am, can you please repeat, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, your voice.
I'm saying biogas is collected in an exit plant pipe.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you heard
Yes.
about that exit pipe?
Yes.
And
Ma'am,
okay. So my second question is, what are the two ways to produce methane in methanogenesis steps? Do you know about that? Talked about methane gas.
Ma'am, actually, your voice.
Ma'am, your voice is lacking, ma'am. Can you just repeat your question, ma'am?
Yes.
Am I audible now?
Yes,
ma'am.
So my question is, what are the two ways to produce methane in methanogenesis?
What are the two ways?
To use methane.
And what are the two ways to use methane? Was that the question?
Methanogenesis.
Ma'am, are you asking what are the two ways to use gobar gas, ma'am?
No, you talked about, it consists of 50 to 70% of the methane gas. So I'm just about this.
Okay, ma'am, the methane gas. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, I think so, ma'am, the methane gas will first go into the compressor, and ma'am, we can, ma'am, after, ma'am, it will be purified, ma'am, after, ma'am, this whole gobar gas is prepared, ma'am, it will be purified by, ma'am, differential absorption of, ma'am, CO2, and, ma'am, the methane will be compressed, and, ma'am, then it will be transported, ma'am.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well done, teams. An afternoon well spent learning about such great ideas. This tells us that we as educators have been able to strike a chord in your hearts and minds to think hard to mend ways for a greener future. I humbly request our judge, Ms. Mosina, to please bless the gathering.
Very good afternoon, students. I am so impressed. You all have shown brilliant presentations and brilliant models, and we have very bright students. We have young leaders going to redesign the globe, and for me, you all are winners. Some are going to lose, some are going to win, but you should not be disheartened, because for me, you all are winning. And believe me, the kind of platform which MS has given you is going to take places, and may the best team, all the best, and have a nice day.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. I now request the coordinator for the event, Mr. Tariq, to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. I, as the coordinator of the event, Imagineering My Future, would like to thank all the participating teams. It was indeed a great pleasure to see so much effort and thought put in by each participating team. I hope that someday we are able to use these ideas for the betterment of the country also. I hope to see all of you with better ideas next time. Thank you and Jai Jagat.
Thank you so much, sir. I now request our respected principal of City Montessori School, Gomti Nagar Extension, to say a few words.
A very good afternoon, dear students. Imagineering My Future. This is an event which we conceived for the senior section. Now, this is something which we started from the very beginning of the first IO. Imagining My Future is one event which we have been continuing sustainably. Reason being, we were very, very impressed by the word Imagineer. Imagine plus engineer makes it an Imagineer. Now, dear students, I think all of you all know about Walt Disney and his theme parks. With a show of hands, can I see if children have heard of Walt Disney and all the theme parks across the world? Okay. Walt Disney, yes. Theme parks, yes. So Walt Disney's company has an entire research and development team, which is called the Research and Development Imagineering Department. Why? Because each and every ride that is, that we all go and enjoy ourselves in all the theme parks, whether it's a roller coaster or anything, there's a lot of science that has gone into it, along with just the design. That is how engineering and designing have come together. It's a fraction of a second in a huge roller coaster, which can either make your ride beautiful or something where a glitch does occur. So this is why I thought I must let you all know why we thought of Imagineering My Future as an event which we have been continuing and will definitely continue all our lives till IO continues. You children also need to start thinking about how you can build a bridge between art and science. And there's another university in the US which is called the Carnegie Mellon University, where there is a bridge. And that bridge is called the Imagineering Bridge, which brings the art department and the science department together. Now for today's event. You have amazed us with drip irrigation, desalination, rainwater harvesting, solar power, biofuels. The purpose of asking you all to make this beautiful models that you all have made is that you start becoming conscious about how much we can do even at our own levels to making this world that we live in much more sustainable for future generations as well. Our very small acts go a very long way. So thank you. There were some models which were absolutely spectacular. And each and every one of you knew what you had done, because I know the judge, Miss Mosina, quizzed you all and continuously kept asking you all questions so that you start thinking more and more into what you have made. So a big thank you to our very, learned, a very, very learned and eminent judge, Miss Mosina. Thank you so much for all the questions, for the cross-questionings, for just bringing into the children this intrigue to know more and to think more. So once again, it's been a delight watching you all. We hope that next IO, Imagining My Future, will take place in person in the auditorium. Thank you and Jai Jagat.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind and motivating words. With this, we come to the end of the event. The results will be announced tomorrow in the closing ceremony. The links would be shared accordingly. Thank you so much. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you, ma'am.
So before you all leave, can we all unmute our videos and say bye-bye to each other?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.